My name is Chris Dudo and I'm the Goalie Gear Snob, and I'm going to show you how to unpack this bag and put on goalie gear. So let's get into it. Put on my extra knee pads, which I will pull up. These are McDavid Hex knee sleeves. Have them in my Amazon kind of like locker, if you will. But I really like these. They add some extra comfort, extra protection. It just really helps me save my knees. Next, Warrior knee pads. So when you're putting the knee pads on, I always recommend that you start at the bottom behind the knee first. I don't recommend putting the strap above the calf muscle. I recommend putting it directly behind the knee, as I think that helps support the knee pad up a little bit more. And just go around 3 times and the knee pads are in place, and the garter helps keep them at that proper height. Got my hockey socks here. These are Adidas Pro Stock socks in the size large. Recently I was wearing XL socks, but I switched down to large just because I wanted to get a little bit of a tighter fit on the knee pad. You can see how much I'm pulling them up, how tight they are to the body. I want them to stay in place. So I wear my Bauer Garter belt, and then it is a player one, but I like to wear an extra Garter belt on top just so keeps the socks up nice and tight. I don't put any tape around the socks. I don't find it's necessary when you have the knee pads on a garter and then a sock on a garter. I don't think you need to do anything with tape, anything crazy there. But that is what the knee pads look like with socks over top. The socks will prevent all the extra Velcro from wearing across the back of the pad. It helps in rotation, keeps the knee pad tight, keeps it in place, keep it up. I really recommend this setup. I think it's the best. Some people say it's hot. I mean, you're playing a sport, you're gonna get sweaty anyway. I don't notice a difference of wearing socks versus not. I don't find it breezier than one another, but some people do, but I find this is the best way for durability, rotation, etc. So now that I put the knee pads on the garter, put on my jock. So start off with the cup here and just slide it over top of everything as well. And yeah, so that's what a double cup looks like. I did just recently switch to Bauer pants, so there might be something separate on these coming out in a little bit, but start off with the pants, slide your legs in, and just pull them up. Something I did want to point out is that I wear my pants very loose on the body because I tuck my chest protector in. Internal belts in Pro Stock pants and in NHL are not legal, so I do not use an internal belt to hold the pants up. That's why I use clips to kind of anchor it to the chest protector, and then suspenders as well. But this is how loose the pants are, enough to fit a chest protector in there, but not loose enough that they're going to slide right off the body, just kind of like a good fit right there. Then I'm going to switch over and put on the skates. So let's get those put on here in a second. Not really going to talk over them much, but I will show you how to put on some goalie skates. I always keep the skate guards on the skates when I'm traveling with them, of course, and then I always tuck them to the side, and I keep a small towel with me to wipe off the steel when I'm done. So I just tuck that over to the side. Someone called me out before. I always go left, then right, is how I always put on gear. But I am wearing true one-piece custom skates, and they are very tight and form-fitting to the feet. I absolutely love the fit of these. Feels like my foot is inside my foot, so I have no complaints about these skates other than the durability. They are not the most durable that I found, so I've actually had to make a few repairs to them throughout. But yeah, I absolutely love the fit of the skates. Something I did want to point out with how I tie my skates, and I've had people ask me about this before, why I don't do the top eyelet. There's a very specific reason that I do that. So I've been doing it for probably close to 4 years now, where I don't do the top eyelet of the skates, and that's just to create some forward flexion in my foot, where I don't really want to feel the tension all the way up my foot. I want to get a little bit of extra flex, so that's why I don't do that top eyelet right there. I know Bauer Connect skates basically have that built in, but this is basically the way I've done it before, even before the Connect skates came out, to get that forward flexion in the skate where I can get my ankle forward. So I really do prefer that. My heel is still locked in place because they're custom skates. So if you don't have custom skates or don't have that Connect fit, this might not work well for you because the skate might not fit properly, but that's my recommendation and my workaround. That's what that forward flexion looks like. So yeah, definitely recommend trying that trick. We're now going to get into the leg pads. And as I've said before, I always do the left leg first for whatever reason. So I use toe ties. I think everyone should use toe ties. I get that the elastic toe ties are a little bit easier for younger goalies and even some adults to try to put on their pads. But if you want to make more elite level movements and have better RVH entries, exits, try to create a little bit more flair in your butterfly, I mean, skate lace toe ties are the way to go. So just showing it off here, when you look, this knot goes to the inside edge of the pad, so my skate would butt up right there. The lace has stretched out a tiny little bit, but that's what I recommend. So we got about 4 inches of lead right here. These are 72-inch skate laces. So just put them down and we'll go through the middle, through the front, through the middle, through the back, and then do the same thing. So I use all the holes on the bottom of the cowling to be able to do that. And then what's really important, and I'll try my best to show it here, is getting this knot tightened up. So you can pull these laces as tight as possible down here, but this is to prevent you from stepping on all that lead. So you really have to pull tight right there to get everything in the right spot. And then this lace, I will double knot. So I want to try to make sure it's as short as possible so I'm not tripping over that. But that's what it looks like right there. Then, pretty simple. I know it's going to be a little bit tougher to see on this one. Maybe I'll try to change up the camera angle to show the other pad, but I just go with the strap just directly behind the knee. And then I put the upper internal calf strap up there in the spot as well, and then I close everything off. So that is how you put on a leg pad, just the 3 simple straps right here. I specifically like the Warrior for that reason. Some goalies can angle down here if they would like to. I found the pad is performing a little bit better by angling it up here. Also, Scott Wedgwood stopped chirping me when I put it back up here. So yeah, definitely recommend that, but let's throw on the right leg pad. Change up the camera angle a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about with the toe ties and some of the strapping on the leg as well. So again, about 4 inches of toe tie slack. Get that knot, butt it up right to the inside edge of the pad. Throw it down in front of you. Then we're going through the front, middle, and the back of the bottom of the cowling. Same thing with the other lace. And then, again, it's making sure that this knot is nice and tight up underneath of the front of the toe. Then I just double knot that lace so it's nice and short. So that's what it looks like. Other important thing I did want to call out is that when you travel with your pads, make sure you always do the straps back up. If you just have these hanging around here, they're going to get caught on doors, caught on your hoodie, caught on your bag, I mean, whatever. So it's just good practice just to pull this back up. I mean, you're not pulling it and pressing it down as tight as humanly possible, but you just carry it around and toss it on the edge there. And that just makes that, nice and cleaner where you're not wearing out your straps, not blowing out Velcro and other things. So just take care of the gear. And so I'll do the 3 of them here. And we're just going to put the leg pad on. So again, knee strap right across, upper calf strap, put on here, and just close it off with the middle calf strap. And that's what it looks like to strap some leg pads. So now I'm going to adjust the camera again, throw on the chest protector and the neck guard. So I always put my neck guard on first, custom one from Bruins. Really happy with how this has been performing. Can't wait to get another one for the season. Really like this feel. Then in my little Gitch bag right here, I have my wristbands. I have 2 different versions that I wear. On my left arm, I wear a padded wristband from Warrior. I do this because I actually broke this bone in my body when I was moshing over somebody's head. Shout out to Knocked Loose for some great pits and some great dancing, great breakdowns. But I broke my ulna. This was a few years ago, but I like having this extra padding here just to cover that area. And then on the right arm, I just wear a normal wristband. It's a little Nike one, and I just keep it tight right here. Helps keep the Under Armour and this style down, so I really prefer doing that. But now, I gotta pull the hat off, throw on the chest protector, so we'll see what that looks like. All right, I threw the hat back on to have the mic attached here, but I'm gonna show you guys how to tuck the chest protector into the pants. So again, it's important when you're tucking to have some tension around the side of the chest protector to keep it tight and keep the pants loose. It's impossible to tuck in a dress shirt into pants when they're buttoned. So think of that mentality here. You have to have the shirt, the chest protector nice and tight. You have to keep the pants a little bit looser. Then for my setup here, take these Night Eyes clips and attach them to the bottom of the floater. So that helps keep the chest pulled down, keep the pant pulled up. Next thing I do is I run my suspenders over top. So pull each arm over. And then center everything up. I've talked about this setup at length, that I feel that it's important to have the suspenders run up the front of the body, as that kind of helps the pants stay a little bit wider, but keep everything tucked in so nothing is popping out. You can see I have a lot of overlap with the pant and chest protector, help keep it in. If you're trying to tuck the chest protector and you only have an inch or 2 of the chest protector tucked in, it's not gonna work. You have to keep it up there nice and tight. Next thing I do, just slide my arm through the unit. And then I like to keep the wrists a little bit looser now, get a little bit more mobility. I used to really crank them down, but I've since loosened them up a little bit. But yeah, so this is what it looks like. You have the chest all tucked in. This is what a Pro Spec NHL chest protector and pant looks like. And yeah, I'm really liking this setup so far. So now I'm gonna back the camera up and throw on a jersey and helmet, and then we're gonna go play some drop-in. All right, so next we're gonna be putting on the jersey. I'm wearing an Adidas 58G, which goes over top. Start with the right arm, then the left arm, and just pull it over top. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy. And another thing I do is I actually take the fight strap and I kind of tuck it between the back loop on the pant. So I don't actually connect it, but I just tuck it in there so it holds everything down. Then I'll grab my helmet, and it's important to make sure that the sweatband is in there. So as soon as I get to the rink, I always put in the sweatband first. And then I throw on the glove and blocker, and I don't do anything fancy with that to attach it to the hand. I kind of have everything pre-adjusted. And then I'm gonna head out of the rink and try to make a few saves. Thank you for watching this video. If you're interested in watching me unbox this Warrior set of gear, click that video right there. And if you want to see other how-to shorts and other little tips and tricks that I've done, make sure you click that playlist right there.